Greetings and welcome back to Castlegoat. In your absence, we have been attacked by mans, we have repaired things, we have been doing a lot of work on getting this area ready with the heat fence. But more than that, I have addressed something that has been nagging at me for a while. A problem or a problem that I could see forming. I have made some fairly big changes to the military, or at least I've prepared the way so that I could make the changes on camera and so you'd understand what was going on. First and foremost, let me just double check that no one died, because I can see a tower shield on the floor there, and it's making me a little worried. No, we're good, we're good. Right, okay. Now, I'm going to get to the worst part that I think everyone is going to be a little bit sad about. The blackened ones are no more. The blackened ones are gone. The squad has been disbanded. The name is now lost to the history books. In exchange, I've made a few changes. First, I'm going to go over one of the changes, and that is to the soldier profession. The soldiers now mine. They also now farm. Previously, they only did horticulture. Now, the reason for the addition of mining and farming is farming and horticulture specifically raise nimbleness. We already know that horticulture does. And that increases the speed that they move at, which it may also have some other effects in combat. It may affect accuracy with a ranged weapon, though that's a questionable one. The weapon skill definitely does, but nimbleness, we're not sure on that one. However, it does affect the speed of attacks, I believe. But mining specifically increases fitness. Now, fitness, more or less, is a direct connection to strength and to the damage a gnome will do in melee. So, all of our soldiers now can do mining. But that's not really the big change. The big change comes over here. I've renamed most things. We now have the shield bearers, that was always true, and the guard captains, again, that was true. We have commanders now. They are going to be the commanders of our non-fortress guard. We have warriors. They will be in the fortress guard, and I'll cover what they do. We also have slayers and we have hammerers. Now, the positions themselves, we have literally, they are mirrored. So the uniform is now named after the position that it will be worn with. The formations are the ones that are going to be important. The Fortress Guard is led by the Guard Captain. It has 2 shield bearers and 2 warriors. They now defend gnomes. Now, before I go any further, I'm just going to say that part of the reason for this change is because although with Mants it's not as noticeable, with Goblins it's become ever more noticeable. The militia strategy, although it has taken our fortress through 6 years, it's starting to lose its effectiveness. It's just gradually not making enough of a difference anymore. I've been working on making better weapons, and I'm sure that would have brought it back up to speed a little bit, but it would have been a temporary fix, I feel. We would have just continued to get larger and larger and better equipped attack forces. We were already at steel. And our militia are doing practically nothing to steel-equipped goblins. And if we equipped all of our militia with steel weapons, we would just get more steel-equipped goblins in each attack wave. Eventually, it would always be behind. Not only that, currently, what's happening is our Fortress Guard, our shield bearers, are taunting, and then all of the damage is coming onto one of them. And in almost every goblin engagement, the shield bearers are losing their breastplate, which means not only do I need to make another one then to replace it, but they are seriously in danger of dying in that moment. And if they did, well, the other one wouldn't just re-taunt, or at least I don't think they would. Everyone would suddenly get walloped, and I don't think our militia would last even a moment against a two-headed ogre. So this is partially to address the fact that the militia strategy we've been using up to now, I don't think is really viable to continue taking us another 6 years. So, we've got 2 shield bearers, 2 warriors. Now, you can probably already guess what happened to the blackened ones. We are going to be moving Troll of Reason and Elven Dwarf back into the Fortress Guard. Now, the currently, the warriors, shield and a hand axe. So nothing's really going to change with that. Commander, guard captain, yeah, pretty much the same. Actually, I'll give you a hand axe for now. I'm sure we'll have one. The Slayer has 2 hand axes, and the Hammerer has 2 hammers. I'll go over that in a moment. Now, so back to formations. So we've got the Fortress Guard, and then we've got the Irregulars. Now, I've chosen Irregulars because they're not going to really be our standing army. The Fortress Guard are our standing army and the only one that we're going to have. If we continue to expand it beyond 5, then I'll just make another squad of Fortress Guard. So these guys are constantly there. They will all eventually be equipped in steel armor. They will be our sort of our frontline troops. The Irregulars, however, now they don't defend gnomes. They are led by a commander. They have the perk Best Defense. The Fortress Guards still have the Shield Wall perk. They will have 2 hammers and 2 slayers. Now, the names are probably giving it away a little bit. Eventually, these are going to be dual two-handed weapons. So the hammers will be wielding war hammers, and the slayers will be wielding battle axes. And the perk for them is the slayers disarm and the hammerers knock them down. So the hammerers are going to be going for the legs. The slayers are going to be going for the hands and arms. And once something is knocked down, from what I understand, it's much easier for everyone to hit it. It has a massively reduced ability to evade, and its weapon skills are hampered somewhat. Now, the Poisonous Ancients are Fortress Guard. So let's go ahead, and we're going to move... Where are you? Elzendwarf. There we are. Elzendwarf is a soldier. And, of course, Troll of Reason, wherever you are, is a soldier. So they are now going to be working with our Fortress Guard. Now, I haven't changed their uniforms just yet. At least I don't believe I have. No, they're still on leather. It's going to take us time to make them a full suit of steel. But we will get there. Now, the bigger change, I'm sure you're all wondering what's going to be happening with the Irregulars. Ooh, let me just fix that. Now, the Irregulars they're going to be a bit of a mix. They are going to be regular gnomes. They're going to have normal jobs. They're not going to be soldiers like the Blackened Ones or the Fortress Guard are. Or the Poisonous Ancients, that is. Now, we're going to need 2 new squads for this, and we're probably going to lose one as some of the ones that we've already got. But, well, that's the way it goes sometimes. So let's go ahead and make a new squad. The Yellow Grips. No. The Hateful Stutterer. I shouldn't laugh. That's actually a horrible name. The Sheared Swords. No. The Rumored Strike. Oh, actually, I like that one. Okay. We're going to have Irregulars of the Rumored Strikers. Now, I'm going to put people into these jobs in just a moment. Now, we need another squad as well. We're going to have 2 Irregular squads. The Might Ringers. Oh, that's actually quite good. We've got the Rumored Strikers and the Might Ringers. Yes, I like the Might Ringers. Okay, we're going to have these 2 Irregular squads. Now, the way I'm going to set up the Irregulars, I'm going to have the people who work in jobs that innately improve stats. So we're going to have miners and masons, which are going to be strong. We're going to have carpenters and lumberjacks, which are going to be fast. And we're going to have druids. The farmers are going to also be nimble. Now, the thing with the miners and masons is they will start with, let's see, the Rumored Strikers. The commanders are going to be the druids because they are the only ones that don't have a specific weapon skill. So, in this case, the commander of the Rumored Strikers shall be Aavak. With the fighting, let's have a look. Gun 12. That is the important one. Next, for the Might Ringers, we are going to... I keep having a look just to make sure it's not the Might Riders or something. That would be awesome, equally. Now, where are our other druids? Revocane, what's your gun like? You've got 11 as well. Actually, yeah. Revocane is going to be the commander of the other squad. Oh, God help you. Right, now, the Rumored Strikers, we need 2 hammerers. And that means we're going to have 1 miner in each one. Let's see. 1 miner and 1 mason, actually, in each one. So, squads. We want the Rumored Strikers. Now, as far as I'm aware, the pickaxe increases hammering and the lumberjack, so cutting down trees, increases axe. And that seems to make sense because of the motion you'd be using. So, Dapper McJester, our miner, shall be joining the Rumoured Strikers. The other one shall be Tamiz, our mason, who probably also has a fairly good hammer skill. Yes, 53. 50 on Dapper McJester, 53 on Tamiz. Now, the Slayers shall be... now Sheelab is not going to be able to join this. Damn, I forgot about that because she lacks one arm. Well, that's fine. We'll be able to fix that up. Well, not her arm, but we'll be able to work without that. Now, I need other lumberjacks and carpenters. Did I miss a carpenter right at the top? Yes, I did. Edna. Edna will have an axe skill of 44. And the next person, I think our next lumberjack is far down the bottom there. Pato, with an axe skill of 46. So that is the Rumoured Strikers. That is a full squad. There we go. Well done. Now, I'm going to need to reassign some people. Firstly, I'm sorry about this, Undead Llama. You did only just join. But on the plus side, you're still going to be in the military because you are going to be a new lumberjack, I think. It doesn't really matter what skill you have at the moment. You're going to become a lumberjack. Well, actually a carpenter would be better because we only have one carpenter at the moment and we want two, really. Now, the replacement for Sheelab, that's going to be a hard one. Let's think. We could have another farmer, but I'm not really... I don't want to take all of our farms away from their duties. Let's see. Who can we afford to spare? Got 3 tailors. Let's check out Elitis, Drygwerth, and Bomarito in terms of their skills. Which of you are best with an axe? 45 for Bomarito. Elitis has 61. Okay, Elitis is very much at the top at the moment. And Drygwerth, 24. Okay, so it's going to be Elitis. Now, the unfortunate thing with this is that realistically, I wanted you to also be doing horticulture all the time. But I guess you already have that. I think everyone has actually got horticulture set up. Let's check. Yeah, everyone has got agriculture in there. So that should be fine. You will still become nimble because you will help with cutting trees, which is effectively what Sheila would have been doing. So that actually works out well. So let's go back to squads, and we want the Might Ringers. Now, Revicane, your hammerer shall not be Dapper McJester. We need a new miner for him. It'll be Wilf Dude. And what's Wilf Dude's skill at? Hammer 71. My lord, Wilf Dude. That's amazing. Gandalf. Hammer only 27, but Gandalf only just joined. Now, the next Slayer, one will be Undead Llama. There we are. Axe skill of 40. And also Elitis. Now, where is Elitis? There we go. Axe skill of 61. So that will be Revocane's squad. Now, we're going to need to shuffle around the militia squads. Unfortunately, that has pulled things out, but I'll do that off screen. Now, the way we're going to set this up, we're not even going to remotely be using all of these training grounds. We're just going to have to accept that's not going to happen anytime soon. But what we are going to have is we're going to set all that off. Now, let's just check on you. Poisonous Ancients, you're going to have from 10 to 6 off, and we are going to set these guys up. We want the Rumoured Strikers in the morning, and we'll have the Might Ringers through the night. So there we go, and then they're between 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock. No one will be on duty there. But that means that each squad will have 2 shifts where they're not doing anything, so it should help us with getting work done. Now, as for our military, there's one thing I would like to do. I want to make sure that these actual military guys that we've set up right now have got the best armor. So I'm going to go into militia, and I'm going to tell them to wear the civilian uniform. That should mean that pretty much everyone who's just a regular militia right now has just taken off their leather armor, which should mean that in a few moments all of our actual military, so the irregulars and the fortress guard, will have picked up the very best items that exist. There will be no better items out there. We'll leave that for a little while and then we'll get the militia back all set up. Now, you may be wondering, well, what are the militia going to do? They're not really going to get involved in fights anymore. I'll keep it so that we can get them set up with weapons if we need to. In fact, the uniform for Gnome at Arms is currently Stone Hand Axe and Stone Hammer. I'm going to be setting that to any. Simply so that if they need to, they can just pick up a weapon. If they're pretty good at anything, they'll grab something. They'll wield whatever they need to wield when the time comes around. But more or less, I'm going to leave the militia out of these conflicts from now on. They may still get involved for a couple of fights while everything is being set up, whilst we're getting used to these changes in the way that our military are working. But the idea will be that our militia are going to be literally a last resort. If the militia are getting involved, it's probably because our military has been broken and it is a do-or-die moment for the entire fort. As you can see, I've already set up these workshops. In fact, I've set up everything with the various priorities. So 32 coal is being produced. Raw basalt is just going to be used from now on. We're not going to use dirt. We don't need the things the slivers that you can get in dirt. We're going to make up to 96 clay bricks. Over here, we are trying to make 8 iron bars, 4 bronze bars, 4 copper bars, 4 tin bars, 4 malachite bars. I will eventually have that be 4 iron bars and 4 steel bars. But right now I'm trying to get the iron anvils done. So steel isn't being produced at all. The other forge will work on slivers. So this one only works with ore. The other one will work on slivers. This smelter works on smelting down worn items that we get off our enemies, and only that. This smelter works on smelting down things we've made and may want to recycle. And the blacksmith doesn't really have anything to do just yet. But I'm waiting on getting the last little bits that I need to set up the next forge, and then I'll be decommissioning that one. Now then, in fact, why am I making so many anvils? Was there some reason that I was making anvils? Because all I really need is another metal worker, which means I only need 1 iron anvil. Let me fix this. I need 1 iron anvil, please. Just 1. That is all. Thank you. But yes, the biggest change is to our military. Now, that does mean, Undead Llama, I'm sorry, you're not going to have that awesome bedroom anymore. Yeah. My bad, I suppose. But I'll be changing around some of the way that we've got the bedrooms set up at the moment. I'm not really going to move Elves and Dwarf and Troll of Reason down from their awesome rooms, their nice big rooms up on the top levels. And I might not really expand this much at all in the future, honestly. Have I missed a door over there? No, I haven't. Oh, interesting. But I may expand the barracks to include our irregulars. I'm not sure really on that one, since they are pretty much just... They're an irregular part of the army. They're not the standing army. They don't really need to be stationed at the barracks. They can have bedrooms wherever. I mean, Aavak's got an awesome bedroom. I don't think he wants to leave it. It's where he does all of his work. It's very convenient. Aha! The ambassador is here. What is your name? Omersus. Very well, Omersus. Let's get you in a bedroom, shall we? Got one just ready, all the way over here. So we want personal quarters. Oh, you're very lucky, Omersus. Straight all the way down. Omersus, ambassador. Hopefully he's happy with that. They all seem to be fairly happy in general. And we've also got something that we can trade with. I'm probably going to do that trading off screen as well. I won't subject you to it, but let's have a quick look at if there are things that I actually want to buy. We've got some ores. I might pick up the iron ore and the silver ore, honestly, but I probably won't pick up any of the others. I may take some granite off your hands, though, and that's probably about it. But I'll do that trading off screen. You don't need to see me puzzling through our stockpiles. But yes, so on the whole, progress is being made. We are getting it to the point where we're going to have the heat vents over our forge area. We are also going to be moving some more of the forge workshops up there, and our military has gone through a massive overhaul. Hopefully at this point all of our actual military who are meant to wear leather have the best leather. Let's check out Dapper McJester. What equipment have you got? Bear, ogre, two-headed. Yeah, actually you've got pretty good leather on the whole. What about you, Troll of Reason? Mostly two-headed ogre and ogre, yeah. Well, that's the way it should be, I suppose. Now, if you're wondering about the commanders, I am going to be setting them all up with dual pistols. In fact, have they made this? No, they haven't yet. Damn. That is a shame. But yes, we are going to be having dual pistol wielding commanders. So there will be 3 commanders. That includes Adgestow. I was really debating whether to give Adgestow weapons to swap out his shield and his hammer, because obviously having the shield in this particular formation is good because the shield bearers get a perk, but it'll be 1 out of 5. We're adding 2 extra people in that are going to bring their shield block rate and chance up just by their existence, by their presence in the squad at all. So I think Adgestow can afford to lose his shield. Yes, he's got a very high level with his axe, or hammer, I should say. But my god, did that steel flintlock pistol do damage. Literally every time it hit something, it practically exploded it. So yes, I'm going to be swapping all of our commanders to that. And, oh my good god, why are you dying first, Adgestow? Adgestow, why don't you go away and drink? Go, drink. Okay, he would have drunk normally, I think. He's allowed to drink, so he probably would have been okay. Where did he go? Where on earth did he go? I have no idea where Adgestow went. There we are. Okay. Right, but yes, Adgestow shall be wielding dual pistols, because one of the other things I noticed with pistols, there's no point in them having a weapon, because realistically, if you want them to shoot the pistol, you're going to have to tell them to maintain distance. If they're maintaining distance, they're never going to get into a fight. Ideally, everyone else should be fighting stuff. So our commanders, our 3 commanders, so that'll be 6 pistols in total, will be sat there just plowing, shredding everything with their steel musket rounds from their steel flintlock pistols. It will be glorious, I tell you. And the other thing with the militia, actually, and this is what's been going through my mind, is I'm not going to have a dedicated long-range squad. Once I actually have the means to build muskets or just crossbows, I'm going to have our militia take up that role. So they're not really losing out by not being pulled into the melee too much. They're all going to learn how to be awesome marksmen. It's going to be grand. But that is it for this episode, I think. It's been a bit of a long one, or rather not much has actually happened. Mostly been me discussing plans, but fairly big plans, I feel. And it's a massive change to the way that we're currently running our area. Now, I have decommissioned that bell, so before I forget, let's rebuild it. I want it in the middle there. But yes, a lot has changed, so I wanted to go over that so everyone knew where we were and we were all on the same page with regards to the military, and no one was surprised when I don't bring the militia out the next time we have a big fight. But that is it from me. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you are as excited for the future of our military as I am. But that is it. I hope you will take care until next we meet.